fucking truthers, all fucking wonky, strange, weird people. Ian Puddy, you're fucking weird. Bill Maloney, you're weird. John Wedger, you're fucking weird. Sean Atwood, you're fucking weird.
Brian Harvey's making videos. This guy's just effing Sean Atwood, effing John Wedger, effing Ian Puddy, effing Bill Maloney. When he started saying I was working for the New World Order, Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast.
Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast.
Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast. Fucking podcasters fucking talking shit.
And a very good morning to everyone out there. It is Sunday the 25th of September and it is 6:27 a.m. Very good morning to everyone. Sorry I haven't been about much. I just had other things on, you know. And that's been added to again recently because it had come to my attention that a guy online called Mann, also known as Clifford, has put my address up online and has been having a little stalk up in Walthamstow. He's come here, he's made a series of videos over a day and eventually ended up outside my house filming, dropping hints all the way through as to where I live. Even waves at the camera, and then just decides to walk off. Now, what I've also noticed about this guy is that he has had a false pretend confrontation with John Wedger, in where we don't see Mann's face, and he doesn't ask John Wedger the right questions. And I'm going to play you some of that video. I've got a series of videos here that I want to play. This is also going to act as my proof for the police, so if the police are watching, you will have to get in contact with me over this one, because we've got a bit of a extremist Alex Belfield situation happening. This guy on the videos explains himself as oh whoops, hang on. Really sorry about that. I just had a bit of a audio malfunction there. Really sorry about that. This guy has explained himself off as someone who has been in prison for some sort of kidnap. And it was outside my house a few days ago, a couple of days ago. And is showing people where I live, dropping hints on the name of the road, and basically letting me know that you was on my road and outside my house. I don't know how to feel about that really, or how I'm supposed to feel about that. I am expecting scenarios like this. If it comes to a confrontation, then it more than likely will. Because if I'd have seen him, I'd have gone out there. I didn't see him. And more to the point, if this geezer's so concerned, why isn't he knocking on my door and asking me questions and confronting me? Why didn't you do that? Yeah, you didn't. You thought you'd do that to leave me with something to think about on behalf of people like John Wedger, because that's who you work for. Apparently, I met this guy when I first met Bill Maloney in 2013. This guy claims that he was there and that I spoke to him. Yeah? And that, you know, there's something I'm doing wrong, that I haven't done enough. I exposed Bill Maloney, but yet on the video that I'm going to show you, This guy confronts John Wedger and pretends to ask about Bill Maloney and then says, I like Bill Maloney. Oh, you like Bill Maloney, do you? He's all right, is he? Coaching fake witnesses and getting stories put in the mainstream media where Robert Kellaway's working, the man that hacked me and Millie Dowler. And that fact isn't going to go away. These people are all working together. And if I'm supposed to believe that Paul Mann, aka Clifford, is supposed to be some sort of ex-child abuse, you know, he was a victim of child abuse in his childhood. This is bullshit. All of these people work for the fucking government and they're on me trying to intimidate me because of what I've told the public about Prince Andrew. You know, would you want me to lie about that? Pretend that I didn't see him? Pretend that I didn't see Ghislaine Maxwell in Brand's nightclub in Covent Garden in 1994? Do you want me to pretend that there's not been admissions, that there's tunnels leading from Buckingham Palace to Covent Garden? And that's how you got in the club and got behind a secret wall? That wasn't a VIP area, that was a secret wall that you wouldn't have even known was there. How did you get in the club? You wouldn't have gone through the office the way that I got in there with Daniela. How did you get in there? You came in from the underneath. That's how you came in, for a little private drink. Ghislaine, 2 minors, Andrew, and 3 other adults. And I'm supposed to pretend I never saw that? You sent Daniela in to try and spin it and tell me it's Simon Cowell and Sunita. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And that is what this is all about. And now, Paul Mann reckons he's accused Prince Andrew. Bullshit. Bullshit. All of this is fucking bullshit. And we all know it. This is their agents, NCA, whoever, on me for speaking out. There are consequences. There are consequences. So, I'm going to show you this bloke and the series of videos that he's been making recently. He's made a lot of videos on me and I haven't really bothered. But now you're outside my house, filming my fucking house, putting my address on fucking line. Yeah, I've reported you. You've been reported. And all you're doing is strengthening my fucking case, you dickhead. Yeah, if you want to ask a question, knock on the fucking door. Going about it all secret squirrel, talking about jumping out of my bin. That's how you'd get someone. Yeah? Yeah, mate? Yeah? Alright. Alright. We'll see where you get with this one. So, I'm going to play you a series of videos now. And let me just stop this music. And actually, no, I won't stop the music. I'll just run it low in the background, because it will enhance the feeling for you. So here's the first one where he confronts John Wedger. No, it's not. Sorry. Let me play that one first.
Right. Yeah, that's it. Okay. You turned up at UK College High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never got threatening with you.
No, you didn't.
No.
You showed me a dodgy looking warrant car.
Right, it was top there.
Right. So you're active.
Yeah, back then.
What were you working on?
Back then, what do you mean?
Well, if you're an active copper, what were you working on then?
What unit was that on?
What?
I was just investigating.
Sit down, then.
Come on, look, I'm at work. You've got to respect that, you know? So go on. Go on.
Sit down. No, I'm all right. All right, I'll stand up myself.
This is all pretend.
What's all this about? Wait for me. Huh?
I'll try and give you a bit more level on
Because I
that.
tried to report child sexual abuse just before that event.
Right.
They already cover up my child.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So, from where I'm standing, it all looks a bit iffy.
There's nothing there with me.
So what was the event at Parliament Square?
I don't know what event you're on about.
That's Bill's thing, is it?
What? I don't, you'd have to be specific.
You went to Parliament Square when Ben Fellows did his walk.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right,
Right.
yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Right. You didn't join in, but you
Here we
rang
go.
There's
about.
nothing,
You
it
rang
was
in,
nothing to do with me, yeah.
but you rang in about on your
Yeah,
bike.
because I was in the police and I couldn't get involved in activist work then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you say things like people abused in childhood
Yeah.
are going to go on to be child
No,
abusers.
no, I don't say all of them. I said there are cases where it happens.
Yeah.
And I quite clearly say
No,
that
John.
is no. I quite clearly say
Yeah.
this is not saying that people abuse go on to abuse, because that's not the case.
Okay.
And I quite clearly say that.
All right, okay. So I've got you on record now. Because I've asked you that question a number of times online. I've never got an answer.
Yeah, but I don't need an answer. And look, I get millions of people contact me all the
I mean, first of all, how does this geezer know where John is to confront him and meet him? And he's not really, he's not really confronting him. He's like, oh, okay. Right? This is bullshit. This is made up so John can say, yeah, I got confronted when I was at work. How does the geezer know where you are for a start? Yeah?
Oh no, I'm sure you do, yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean, so. Right, you all right?
Nah,
You're not.
nah, I'm not all right.
You're not all right with me.
I don't know what you're about, John, and I don't know what that was about.
It's not for me to prove to myself to anyone.
Yes, it
Whatever
is.
you feel about me, that's down to you. It's not down.
No, it ain't. It's down to the fucking what you put out and what you've done to people. What you've done to people like me. And this geezer pretending to confront you is rubbish, mate.
To me.
It's down to me.
Yeah, how you feel about me, there's nothing to do with me, is it?
It's not about you personally.
Right.
So I mean, it's not about you personally. John personally done it. So what are you talking about? This ain't a grilling. This is rubbish. This is rubbish. This is supposed to leave the public with, oh, John's all right. He got confronted, and that's what he said. Fuck off. These people are all on the same side. Why is the geezer knocking on my, like, hanging about on my road, and he don't knock on my door and ask me the questions? Why not? Why not? Because you want to go on like, yeah, Brian Harvey, I was near his house. Hello, what are you doing here? Fucking nonce.
If you're a police officer, you follow your orders, right?
We've got to.
Although you're a bit of a rogue. Right?
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 Well, I'm an individual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you mean yeah? Yeah.
Okay. 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 Because that
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
event at Parliament Square, everybody else turned up in a group together. I'm the only one that went there alone. It was supposed to be a protest,
Right.
all right? And it was publicised online for weeks in advance. Right, but Ben Fellows walked in, he was doing videos.
No, I get that.
Lots of people
But
watching it.
What's that got to do with me? What has it got to do with me? How can I...
It's got everything to do with you, because you're his mate and you back him up at every fucking second, and you can't even expose the geezer when he's... Look what he's done to Andrew. And Andrew's spoken to John Wedger. Don't forget about that.
You're mixed up with Bill Maloney, aren't you?
Because he's a good bloke. He's been...
Oh, we're all supposed to think that this is John coming out now trying to lay the groundwork for Bill. Bill ain't a good bloke. Do I need to remind you of the Express interview? Andrew Ash, they try to fucking set me up. They put red herrings in there for Tom Watkins so I could go in there and fuck that up, fuck my evidence up. No. Fuck off.
I quite like Bill.
He's been a
I quite
good...
like.
You quite like Bill. Are you outside his house filming? Let's see you outside Bill Maloney's house. No doubt you can find out where it is, because you're fucking super victim, aren't you?
friend of me, and he's a
But
good man.
I quite like
And he
Bill.
suffered terribly.
You quite like Bill. I take it you've not seen the Express interview then. You like Bill, but you want to come after me. All right.
Bill, in the care system.
Mhm.
You know. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to...
No, he ain't a good guy. And neither are you, John. None of you are good guys because you pretend to be working for the greater good. And really, all I've ever seen you people do is do fucking fundraisers and then do a runner when people confront you. Or want to confront you. And then you get these false fucking stooges in to ask you questions. Yeah, you know, Brian Harvey. Because Brian Harvey what, mate? Brian Harvey put his fucking neck on the line for a fucking country that hates him. On every fucking level. Slagged off on every single fucking level. When I'm more talented than any of these fucking cocksuckers you've been fucking watching. Yeah? But I'm the wrong un. No, I don't think so. I'm the fucking wrong un in their eyes because I've exposed them and they're fucking covering up for elites.
go against him.
Cunt.
I'm not asking you something.
Nah, of course you're not. Not asking you to.
You know, in 1988, I was in jail
Right.
doing group therapy,
Right.
and I disclosed all the people that had abused me in childhood. Right? I named Prince Andrew in 19.
Oh, did ya? Oh, did ya? Yeah, 'cause you're special, you, ain't ya? Prince Andrew fucking fucked you, didn't he? Listen, mate, if he fucked you, you'd be getting looked after now later on in life, yeah? Fucking probably 12 million off the fucking Queen.
1988.
Bullshit.
Also named Kenneth Kendall.
Right. All right. Okay.
Yeah. And somebody who lived in the music industry, who lived at Royal Crescent, Kensington, Chelsea.
Okay.
Okay.
Jonathan King.
I don't know who it was.
Right.
They told me that their surname was Clifford. Right?
Surname.
Their surname was
Right.
Clifford.
Okay. Right. You on about the media or the music industry?
Music industry.
Right, okay.
They told.
Yeah, music industry. Tom Watkins, Jonathan King's mate. Yeah, Jimmy Savile, Tom Watkins, fucking group of friends.
Me that they were an A&R man. Right?
And what's that?
They were an A&R man, yeah? Oh, some fucking secret. Name him then, fucking idiot.
I'm not entirely sure.
A&R.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
That's a fixer.
Right. Okay.
So somebody who works in the music industry.
Right, all right,
So when they have a star come over from abroad,
Savile.
or a star in this country, and they need a hotel, or they need a,
Right. Okay. I've got you.
they need whatever, they sort it out for them, right? Now, you know my name's Cliff, right?
I thought it was Paula Mann.
So he asked me what my name was, this geezer, and I told him Cliff. And he said, oh, my surname's Clifford, right? Now, I don't think it was Max Clifford,
Right. Okay.
right? But the way they described themselves, everything about them, later on when I looked at Max Clifford's life, fitted his description, right?
Well, it would tie in then, wouldn't it?
But I don't think it was Max
Right.
Clifford, all right? But I reported that because that was a place I was taken to an address.
Well, so you know specifically.
So you won't mind if I report you for putting my address up online and talking about jumping out of a wheelie bin, you fucking idiot.
Address then, yeah.
I was taken to an address, right? So I reported that when the police were asking people to come forward. It's different now, right? Back in 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
This geezer, right, so he's been fucking ragged out by all these fucking people, but he wants to come after me, who's exposed the people who are fucking up the exposing. You don't make no sense, mate.
Yeah.
You're on about the ICSA inquiry, aren't you?
No. When Savile's story broke, they started all the investigations.
It all ties in with the
Yeah.
Operation. That was a big one. It wasn't the.
Well, they started lots, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yew
but
tree,
there was
blah,
it was
blah,
a yew
blah.
tree. It
Yeah.
all come under the set, but there was another
Cut
one.
your
that come
nails, mate.
under
You look
that
like Freddy
they all
Krueger.
put together nationally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
So what's going on here? What's going on here? What's he signing him and that off the camera to remember what to
So I
say?
reported Martin Kensington Chelsea Police.
Yeah. Did you?
They didn't contact me back. I had to chase them
Did you?
2 or 3 months later. First thing they said to me was they couldn't investigate it.
Of course I
Data
did.
protection would prevent them from finding out who lived at that address.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you're an ex-copper, you know that's bullshit.
Well, that's not.
So if this geezer was a real victim, first of all, he's going the wrong way about it. Never heard of him either, you know what I mean, apart from him being a troll online. That's the only thing I've ever heard of this geezer. Yeah, so we're not far off, so we might as well go at the end of this.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an ex-crook. I know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
All right? So that's a cover-up right there. All right? And the weird thing is the group of people that you've been involved with,
Yeah.
all right? Brian Gerrish, isn't it?
Here we go.
Bill Maloney and all that,
Yeah.
all investigating cover-ups and child abuse.
Well, they do their own thing, don't
Yeah. And I had you at Plymouth with Bill Maloney and
Yeah.
Dylan Efford.
they? Yeah.
Yeah. He was threatening me, wasn't
Oh,
he? Dylan Efford.
I don't know.
We was all standing around together
Yeah,
outside the
no,
door.
I remember you talking with
and
Bill.
I asked you.
I don't
you said
remember
you're a
you
cop. I
talking.
said, let's see your
I
warrant.
say he spoke to
yeah,
Bill.
yeah,
I
Pull it
think.
out, yeah, put it away.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. All right? After all that, Bill then said to me, do you want to work with me?
yeah. Right.
Right. I didn't know what anybody was about.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
So why would I do that?
How can you not know what everybody was about when you met Bill in Plymouth after seeing what he's done to Andrew Ash? And even if Andrew Ash is false, that's even worse.
And what did he want me to work with him on?
I ain't got a clue. I can't answer that.
Because he then went on to interview Andrew Ash, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Andrew Ash had been on BBC Panorama.
Well,
said-
consequently went on.
Afterwards, he
Yeah,
went on
yeah.
BBC Panorama
All right, so he's spoken to Bill before. All right. That just means he's been in on it from day one.
and said, and suggested, that he'd been coerced
Right.
into naming names.
Right.
All right. So there were two cases, weren't there? There was Andrew Ash and Cole Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're both false.
All right. Those two cases, when they turned out to be fake, that stopped all the investigations. All those investigations stopped dead in the fucking water. So that looks like a setup to me.
So if he's fake, yeah, like Ian Puddick said, oh, you could tell in the first 5 minutes from talking to him he'd admit to being the Yorkshire Ripper. Well then, why'd you spend so much time and money on funding me a ninja and sending Bill and all us lot down to fucking Hull to film him? Yeah, if you could tell within 5 minutes, why couldn't you tell in them 5 minutes?
To stop the investigation.
Well, that's an institutional setup. It's not Bill Maloney's doing.
No, I'm not saying it is Bill Maloney.
Yeah.
No.
Bill Maloney's doing. Let's go back.
That's a cover-up right there. All right. And the weird thing is the group of people that you've been involved with.
Yeah.
All right. Brian Gerrish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bill Maloney and all that,
Yeah.
all investigating cover-ups and child abuse.
Well, they do their own thing, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, disassociation.
And I had you at Plymouth with Bill Maloney and
Yeah.
Dylan Efford.
Yeah.
He was threatening me, wasn't
Oh,
he? Dylan Efford.
I don't know.
We was all standing around together
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
the door.
No, I remember you
Yeah.
talking with
and
Bill.
I asked you.
I don't
You said
remember
you're a
you
cop. I
talking.
said, let's see your warrant card.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah,
You pulled
yeah,
it out.
yeah,
Yeah, put it away.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. Right. After all that, Bill then said to me, "Do you want to work with me?"
yeah. Right.
Right. I didn't know what anybody was about,
Yeah.
so why would I do?
See, although this geezer's been outside my house filming like a dickhead, I want to believe him, but I don't.
That? And what did
Because if this geezer had been fucked over by Bill Maloney, number one, he wouldn't still be saying, I like Bill. Yeah, he wouldn't be. And he wouldn't be coming after me. Because I'm the real one and they're the fake ones. So you didn't even knock on my door and ask me. If you'd have asked me, I'd have told you. I'd have more than likely played your footage.
you want me to work with him on?
Right.
And if you go and have a look on this geezer's website now, you'll see it. I've got a screenshot of it anyway, if you tries to take it down. I offered this geezer a talk. I said, do you want to talk, Cliff? Question mark. And this is before he's come to my house. So he's come to my house to do all of this. But he hasn't knocked on the door and asked me any questions. He hasn't done to me what he's pretending to do to Wedger here.
Got a clue. I can't answer that.
Because he then went on to interview Andrew Ash, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Andrew Ash had been on BBC Panorama.
See, he's pointing out some good things, but they're things that I've already pointed out. So this is where you'll get your mind spun and think, oh, this geezer, well, you know, he's pointing out about the Andrew Ash thing and that. No, this is what they do. They've got to make themselves look a bit believable. But unfortunately for these lot, I can see fucking straight through them.
Well, consequently went on.
Afterwards, he
Yeah,
went on
yeah.
BBC Panorama and said, and suggested, that he'd been
Consequently.
coerced into naming names.
Right.
All right. So there were two cases, weren't there? There was Andrew Ash and Cole Beach.
Yeah.
All right. Those two cases, when they turned out to be fake, that stopped all the investigations. All those investigations.
Right, hang on a minute. You're confusing it there. When you say both of them turned out to be fake, well, no, Cole Beach, they're not saying that he was a fake person. No one's admitting to that. They could be saying that his information that he gave and took compensation for was fake. But I found a Cole Beach in Wales who was a director of a company which was a school. And he just happens to resign in the same time frame as the press show us him getting questioned. Up until allegedly he goes to prison for 18 years. But by this so-called victim doing this, it shuts down all the other victims from coming forward because they think, well, fuck that, I don't want to go to prison for 18 years for naming people. That could happen to me. And that is the consensus of the public and what they are supposed to feel when they see stories like that. These people are playing reverse psychology mind games on the public, and if you think that they don't, and they don't use their newspapers and certain tools from the NCA and the Metropolitan Police and fake police, you know, they'll send police to your house telling you that your life's in danger and then go, bye, mate. You know, so this is all very strange, and for this to be carrying on for 10 years, someone's got to have a budget to do this. So these people are employed because normal people in their normal life will see things for what they are. This geezer, what's he want to achieve? What does this bloke want to achieve? He's outside my house and he hasn't even knocked. If he'd have knocked and he was polite, I'd have spoke to him. No doubt, I'd have got on with him, shook his hand, and he'd have gone away. And, you know, he'd have been more the wiser. But because of what he's doing continually, and now to the extent of coming outside my house and putting my address up and telling people where I live. I mean, it's not hard anyway. I mean, he's 17 people, you know what I mean? It's not hard to find me. But this bloke wants to try and intimidate me and then drop little hints about, oh, I'd hide in the wheelie bin, you know, if he's going to get someone. Yeah, all right, well, you know, I've said that before. So, you know, what does that mean? Why are you putting that on there? I've spoke about that before and said, if you know what I mean, if he's going to get someone, you fucking dress up in a rubber suit, mate, and get in their wheelie bin, leave no DNA, and fucking not be seen, and no one will be able to prove that shit was you. Yeah, and it looks like he's trying to come back with the same thing now whilst filming my house. What am I supposed to take from that, mate? What am I supposed to take from that?
Stop dead in the fucking water. So it looks like a setup to me to stop the investigation.
Well, that's an institutional setup.
What do you mean an institutional setup? You was old Bill at the time, mate. You was part of the institution when you came round my house.
It's not Bill Maloney's doing.
No, I'm not saying it is Bill Maloney. Yeah. No.
So he's passing the buck. He's blaming it all on Bill Maloney, but yet in the same breath saying Bill Maloney's a good man. Bill Maloney ain't a good man. You know, based on the fact of what he just fucking tried to do to me. He's not a good man. And neither's John Wedger. And fucking Nicky Cooper can vouch for that one.
No, I'm not saying it is Bill Maloney.
But they always do that, denigrate the victims.
Ah, see, reverse psychology, though. Oh, they always do that. No, Bill Maloney is a fucking liar. And he tried to set me up. Yeah? And you, John. And Chris Fay. And Andrew Ash. It was all funded by Ian Puddick, who worked for the Queen. Now, why would you be fucking interviewing a geezer, Andrew Ash, who's going to accuse Prince Andrew? Why would you be doing that whilst Puddick works for the Queen? Why would you be doing that? You wouldn't be doing that. The only reason you'd be doing that would be to be supporting Andrew and creating some bullshit stories only for them to get proved wrong. That is what you've been doing. It's as simple as that. And you was going to use me to do it. And you was going to kill a few birds with one stone. You was going to help Rupert Murdoch because you had Robert Kellaway working at the Express newspaper, January 2014, when we were interviewing Andrew in Hull. Are you telling me Kellaway didn't know I was there? Is that what you're saying? Because that's not believable. Especially when Ian Puddick knows Neil Wallace. God knows what the relationship is, but they're very tight, and he knows Neil Wallace, and Neil Wallace is involved in my hacking as well. So he'll know Kellaway. And Puddick funds the whole operation, but I'm expected to believe that none of them know that Kellaway worked for the Express, which is the newspaper that put out the story with Andrew Ash in it, by James Fielding. Yeah, and Kellaway didn't know I was there. I don't think so, mate. That's why you took my photograph so you could email it to him. Is that him? Yeah. And by the time I got back, you lot had done my house. Yeah. Someone let you in. You didn't have to do much. Someone let you in. Let's carry on.
Since the legal system began.
You wanted me to go and party with you as well, didn't you? After that. In Plymouth.
Oh, we went on the piss, yeah.
Yeah, you went out and Bill said, do you want to work with me? I can't remember whether I answered or not. He said, we're going to party, do you want to come? And you jumped on the bus, yeah.
Yeah, got on the bus.
And then Dylan Effer kicked off.
Yeah.
Punched Brian Garris.
Smacked Brian, didn't he?
Yeah, and the girl.
Oh, right, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I've gone by him,
Yeah.
Well, we've got no video evidence of any of this.
It's all a bit weird, isn't it? You know more than you say, John. I'll tell you what, I'll turn that off. Right.
What a load of bungle that is, right? So that is, I'm not sure how long that's been up there, but that was up on his site long before he's come to my house. So that was that one. So let me show you the raw footage of him coming to the house.
Oh, hang about. That looks familiar. This looks familiar. Yeah, this looks familiar. I'm getting deja vu.
So what am I supposed to be taking from this?
I'm getting deja vu.
That's where I smashed up my award. Yeah, deja vu, yeah.
Very strongly.
Harvey.
I'm getting it very strong.
Getting it very strongly, yeah. Brian Harvey. Because Brian Harvey.
St. John Wedger.
See that there? St. John Wedger. Why are you doing that when you're on my road? So what am I supposed to be taking from this? Oh, he's on my road. Oh, what am I gonna do?
Deja vu so strong.
Oh, got deja vu. That's a fake accent if I've ever heard one. Deja vu.
Weird.
Very weird indeed. He's lucky he didn't bump into a few of the locals, you know. Telling you. Walking about in Walthamstow at night, filming on your camera, looking for Brian Harvey.
187.
There you go. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, play it again, Phil.
187.
Yeah, there you go, police. All right. He's done it in code over two things, but then on another video, you'll see a blatant signpost. I'm going to show you it. Fuck it. So I thought I'd better play this because the other thing that I put up
Getting it very strong.
with the Freddy Krueger music
Yeah, it's really strong now, really.
was basically just to take the piss out of this geezer's wasted journey to Walthamstow, because he could have knocked and asked me some questions and I'd have been happy to talk to him as well. But nah, he had to go and do this.
Just heard a door go.
Yeah, look, so he's going to go on the other side of the road now, turn and film my house.
That house looks like a prison.
Yeah, because of people like you cunt.
Tell you what, security-wise, being an ex-burglar like, security-wise they've made a few mistakes there.
Do you mean they?
I won't say what they are.
Yeah,
Must be paranoid.
it must be paranoid because, you know, I'm fucking locked in there watching the security camera thinking that, you know, people are after me, Cliff, you know, trying to get to me, like, you know, talking about, you know, security on my house and that, and hiding in my wheelie bin. You know, say you get someone, you hide in the wheelie bin. Don't you, Cliff?
They got CCTV.
They got CCTV.
An alarm.
An alarm? That's unusual, isn't it, eh? He's got an alarm. Eh? That Brian Harvey. He's got an alarm. Yeah.
And a jail door.
Because of people like you fucking dickhead.
Outside the front door.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have it inside, would I? He's got a prison door. Outside the front door. Yeah. What, am I supposed to feel stupid for that? Or saying? I'm stupid because I'm trying to protect myself from idiots like you.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, interesting. He's got an alarm. I've got a baseball bat under my bed. Anyone breaks into my house, boosh.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Look, a house. Oh, yeah. Identifying marks, eh, mate? Oh, yeah. Very interesting. See if we can get a still on it. I might have to go back and get a screenshot on it after. Yeah, he's got quite distinguishing tattoos on his hand there. He's got a criminal record. You know, shouldn't be too hard to find out about him.
Says they're watching the camera.
I wasn't actually. I was a bit busy, mate. Yeah.
Of course, an old trick is to hide in a bin if you're after somebody.
Of course, a trick is to hide in somebody's bin if you're after somebody.
They come out the next day to get their bin. When they come out, you jump out of it.
I come out the next day to get my bin. Where am I getting it and taking it? I don't want to disappoint you, mate, but I can get in my bin through the hole in my gate.
Fascinating. Brian Harvey's house.
Brian Harvey. Well, I suppose I've got to live somewhere, haven't I?
Thanks very much for your support.
Yeah, no worries. Deja vu, you know. I got a bit of deja vu. So I wonder if the police are taking any notice of this one, or whether they send some fake ones round. Brian, there's someone trying to kill you. I know. Let's have a look at a little bit more of. We might be going backwards actually. Let's have a little bit more of a look at this geezer's day in Walthamstow. He made a day of it.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here? You ain't stalking me, are you?
Oh, I mean, you know, he's got stalking on his mind, doesn't he? You're not stalking me, are you?
Up the ante.
What's up in the ante? Oh, I thought I'd up the ante on that Brian Harvey. I thought I'd go to Walthamstow, do a tour. I'll go on his road, film his front door. That'd freak him out, wouldn't it? That Brian Harvey. Up the ante.
Get yourself an eye alert.
Get yourself a life. You know, it weren't me that raped you, mate. I didn't fucking do it. So, but, you know, I hope you give this much grief to the people that have fucking done that to you.
People talking about people like John Wedger, Anna Breeze, Bill Maloney, Brian Harvey. Never
Brian Harvey.
met any of these people. All these people on YouTube.
You have met him though, because there's the video of you meeting John, and that was before this. So what are you talking about? Let me just check that. Let me go back and check that. Check that.
Anna Breeze.
Anna Breeze.
A lot of people talking about people like John Wedger.
Yeah, people like you are talking about him.
Anna Breeze. Bill Maloney. Brian Harvey. Never met any of these people.
Yes, you have. I just showed the video of it.
All these people on YouTube.
People.
It's fair enough. People are entitled to an opinion on things.
Are we? I'm not without grief. I've got proof. But he doesn't care like David Icke.
When the government,
This geezer will turn up on Sean Atwood's next.
the media, the police,
So Sean, I'd like you to meet Cliff. So,
have got a problem on their hands. Something to deal with. They'll set up a controlled opposition.
what, like you? Controlled opposition like you mean?
They'll want to control both sides of the argument.
What you're
They'll
doing?
control their side of it.
That's what you're
Stuff they're
doing.
covering up.
No. You try and reverse psychology there, mate. You're coming to my house to film my front door to intimidate me because I'm exposing the truth. And if you had any truth in you whatsoever, you'd have been knocking on the door and asking me questions. But you didn't. You chose to leave it on an intimidation one, finishing off with, you know, you are in the wheelie bin, if that's how you want to get someone. Yeah? You have no integrity, so don't pretend that you have.
But there'll be holes in their story.
Like
There'll be rubbish
yours.
in it. And they'll want a control.
This is a talker, this person. This is a talker. He's either an attention seeker, because if he's a genuine victim, he's going the wrong way about it. Yeah? He works for them.
Controlled opposition.
And he's in his psyche, in the way that he's trying to pretend that he's good, he's talking about himself. When he talks about other people, just know that he's talking about himself and putting other people's names in front of it. But he is them.
That attacks the official narrative. That way they can control both sides of the argument. The other job of the controlled opposition is to suppress and control the real
Which you've been trained in, haven't you?
opposition.
Why does he care so much about this controlled opposition? You're working for him. When you're there in front of Wedger and you don't ask him where Bill Maloney is and that he should confront me and the police with what he's done, yeah? Why are you not doing that?
To keep them down, to rubbish them,
Exactly, like what you're doing to me. Come to their houses, film their houses to intimidate so that they leave it.
discredit them. See what I'm saying? I've been saying it for a very long time.
Yeah, because you've been working for them for a long time. Because that's what you do. Why have you only popped up now?
It's a basic. It's a basic.
Well, it's a basic that you know about, isn't it?
If there's a problem for government or the media or the police, they'll have their side of the story. There will be opposition to their side of the story.
Well,
so
thank you.
they'll
You
set
told
up
me
a
then.
controlled opposition.
Yep,
That's
what you are.
recognised by people.
That's what
So
you
we
are.
have Anna Breeze recognising people like Andrew Guine. Brian Harvey recognises certain people.
What are you on about? What do you mean Brian Harvey recognises certain people? Right after you said Andrew Guine, who had me nicked for malicious communications, who's supposed to be an ex-old Bill, has got a production company called fucking Hello Productions, tweeting fucking Ian Puddick backwards and forwards while he's having me arrested, who's also had me arrested for fucking malicious communications. Nothing came from either of their fucking bullshit because I got evidence against both of them. But you don't care about that. But we don't want to hear about that, Sean.
The people they recognise are the controlled opposition to what they're doing. Controlling all sides of the argument. The people they suppress and keep down are the real opposition. I'm not in a group. I don't need to be in a group.
Well, that means he is. He is in a group. And that's why, you know, who was talking about groups anyway? We weren't.
I have truth on my side.
Oh, but we just got to take that, haven't we, as gospel, because you're good at pretending to have the moral high ground while you fucking flip reverse everything and put fucking other people's names in front of what you're doing your actual self.
They've lost their bottle. A while ago, when I was hundreds of miles away, trainee detective, they've only given me a trainee detective, Vincent Cam, matter of great urgency that I come to London and do an ABE interview, Achieving Best Evidence video. Yeah. So I came to London and I was here a few days before I told him I would be here.
See, now, if this geezer was telling the truth, right, I would have spoke to him. He only had to make himself known to me, not for abuse online, you know, just but be polite, and I would have probably ended up talking to him. But and I've even offered to talk to him. You look on his site, on his YouTube, and you'll see there's a question there from me. Do you want to talk, Cliff? There's no abuse, nothing. Even though the guy's been making videos and talking shit about me before he either even knows the truth or he's just plain dumb to it. He doesn't care. So, you know, he's trying to go out there now, talk it up like other people are all cunts. He's coming with truth. He ain't. He's one of them. And he had the chance to confront Wedger properly, and he didn't. He just, yeah. I like Bill Maloney.
We'd arranged to meet this week. It's now Friday. I've heard absolutely nothing from him.
Friday night.
If that doesn't tell you that they don't want to put me through this interview, if that doesn't tell you that they don't want it officially on record, what I've been saying about Prince Andrew, talking about him in 1988, about Kenneth Kendall, talking about him in 1988.
See, now really, right, this is what's coming into my brain. This guy should have made himself known, and I would have interviewed him. And I would have let him say everything that he needed to say if he was truth. But he ain't truth. And that's why the guy didn't even think of approaching me like that. He never said to me, why aren't you interviewing me, Brian? Because if he was telling the truth, I would interview him and get his story out there. Not like what all these other fucking people do. You come along, you work with them, they're in control of everything. No, you fucking ain't. No, you ain't in control. You ain't in control of nothing.
They don't want to look at it. They've lost their bottle. They do not want it on their official records. They do not want it there. So, if anything ever comes up at a later date when I'm dead and gone, there'll be no evidence of it.
You know, like, if this geezer had any truth in him, he's really not helped himself by coming and stalking me. It's really not helped him. Yeah, if he's telling the truth about Prince Andrew, if he's got any truth, which I doubt very, very, very much, he should have been an ally, not putting the fucking boot into me. Yeah, because I've been talking about Prince Andrew for a long time. Yeah, and really, if this geezer had any truth, you would have thought he would have said to me, can't you interview me, Brian? No one to get me started. And I'd have got his fucking story out there, that's the thing. But no, he had to come and stalk me. So he ain't got truth. He's got no truth. He's got intimidation tactics for Puddick and them lot. And the Royals. Don't worry about
That's an infiltrated protest movement. However, we will not be bystanders.
Look what he chooses to go and film. Yeah, that could be a symbol. It could be symbolising it. Yeah, just that straight away. They could have even put them up there themselves the night before. Wouldn't surprise me.
Feeling a bit vexed today.
Oh,
Quelle
yeah.
surprise. Thanks very much for your support.
Right, that's one video.
Oh, hello. We're having a magical mystery tour where I'm staying at the moment. Camped up somewhere nice and safe. I've just walked past this. I've had a lovely bit of dinner. I'm having an evening constitutional and walking it off. I've been past the energy centre. And now I've just arrived at Walthamstow School for Girls. Not sure where Brian Harvey went to school.
Well, I didn't fucking go there, did I? Why has he stopped at a girls' school anyway? What's that all about? Why are you stopping at a girls' school, man? Yeah, what you signalling again?
The motto is neglect, not the gift that is in thee. And interestingly, 1890, interestingly, we've got two columns there. Are they the two columns of Freemasonry? Who knows? They could be, I guess, if we spun a bullshit story to take the dairy off a real story. Thanks very much for your support.
What support? No one's supporting you.
Hello. This is Derricote Street.
Oh,
Hackney.
listen to this one. Interesting, this one.
I lived here not long after I'd finished my sentence for kidnapping at gunpoint a former member of the Royal Irish Regiment, which at the time was commanded by Prince Andrew. When I first came out of that sentence, I had temporary accommodation just off White Hart Lane in Tottenham. There was about 8 houses left of a council estate that they'd ripped down because it wasn't fit for purpose anymore. And among the 8 houses, 7 of them were boarded up. One was one that I lived in with a funny, interesting little character called Devlin, who was a crusty traveller type, tiny little geezer. It wasn't fit to live in that place. It was swarming with rodents, and I've lived in better squats. It was falling apart. Horrible place it was, but it was a roof over my head, you know. Then, with the extended circle of friends of Lady Emma Herbert, I managed to get a move to Derricote Street, and I lived at number 11.
See, if this geezer was clever, right, being fucking deadly fucking serious now, what is this geezer doing attacking me? Not so much attacking, but threatening in a non-direct sort of way, yeah? What are you doing that if you've genuinely had something done to you through or by Prince Andrew? Why would you have not knocked on my door and fucking told me that? Why wouldn't you have done that? You can't be real. And let's just go back again.
Napping at gunpoint Street. Hackney. I lived here not long after I'd finished my sentence for kidnapping at gunpoint a former member of the Royal Irish Regiment.
Right. Yeah. So, obviously, you put all the videos together, you're supposed to think, oh, I'm going to get kidnapped. Geezer's going to hide in me weanly bin. Yeah? Put it this way, if this geezer's real, he ain't fucking helped himself one bit. So, Do I believe him? No, I don't. I think he works for the other side, especially after I've seen that fucking John Wedger video. And he's coming round here, filming, and that is for Wedger and them lot and Bill. He's working for them, clearly. Don't be fooled by his words, what he's talking about. He wants to try and leave me intimidated, and it ain't happening. It ain't happening, mate. Yeah? It ain't happening.
Which at the time was commanded by Prince Andrew.
Well, we'll have to take your word for that, won't we? But at least I've had Daniela repeat what I've seen. She might not have said who it was, but she's fucking backed it, mate, and said, yeah, what we saw was real. What evidence have you got of anything that you claim?
When I first came out of that sentence, I had temporary accommodation just off White Hart Lane in Tottenham.
You know, let's suppose that anything was to happen to me, look at the chain of people that they're going to go to, and they're all out the same clan. It's not going to be hard, is it, to find them out, really? Not really. You know, no one's going to let that one go. And especially with all the evidence that's already out there floating about, with the ripped videos that people have got, these lot don't stand a chance. So they can talk it up big all they like, but they must be scared. They must be scared. Or you wouldn't bother, would you? You'd just laugh me off like I was a muppet. You would. You'd laugh me off, you muppet cunt. Fuck off. But you got to go out your way to intimidate me. You're not acting right, mate. You should have been asking me questions. But you didn't. You chose to film my door. Wave at the camera. Talk stories about jumping out of wheelie bins if you're going to get someone. Then talk about, in the same breath, you've been dumped or kidnapped. Well, we'll have to take your word for that.
There was about 8 houses left of a council estate that they'd ripped down because it wasn't fit for purpose anymore. And among the 8 houses, 7 of them were boarded up. One was one that I lived in, with a funny, interesting little character called Devlin, who was a crusty traveller type, tiny little geezer. It wasn't fit to live in that place. It was swarming with rodents, and I've lived in better squats. It was falling apart. Horrible place it was, but it was a roof over my head, you know. Then, with the extended circle of friends of Lady Emma Herbert, I managed to get her moved to Derricott Street, and I lived at number 11. In the house there was 2 women, both of whom were friends of Lady Emma Herbert. I lived here, see. Anyway, the 2 women were friends of Lady Emma Herbert. I love that. There was another bloke who was an artist and a sculptor called John, living there as well. One night in the summer, I went down to the shops on Mare Street. When I returned, there was a pub on the corner here called the Cat and Mutton. Now this whole area was very run down. Broadway Market here, there was only a couple of shops. And all the other shops were all boarded up, had pigeons living in them, had been trashed. The area had quite a lot of people with alcohol problems and drug problems hanging around. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Got a citronella candle on the go because the mosquitoes are eating me alive. They work. It's raining in this room that I'm in with all the other idiots, you know, like Ian Puddick and all that. Anyway, as soon as I did a video about Brian Harvey today, and what he said about Alex Belfield a year ago, suddenly struck me, it's odd, isn't it? He was desperate to speak to Alex Belfield. Got all his crew on Alex Belfield's chat. To bombard him with messages about speaking to Brian Harvey. He got well excited, didn't he? I remember that. Go on, people, go on, people.
I'm sorry about that.
Yes, people.
I've had the mic muted, haven't I? Sorry.
Desperate to speak to Alex Belfield.
Right, let me go back again. Sorry about that.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Got a citronella candle on the go because the mosquitoes are eating me alive. They work. It's raining in this room that I'm in with all the other idiots, you know, like Ian Puddick and all that.
So
Anyway,
I mean,
soon as I
he's
did a
even got to start, like, it brings up Ian Puddick and that because he knows it winds me up. He comes to my house and films the door to wind me up. He backs up Belfield over me and makes me out to be the pest when Belfield's the one that's nicked 300 grand off the public, saying that he's going to sue the BBC and take people to court, and ends up in prison for 5 years. What, like fucking Cole Beach and fucking Andrew Ash, yeah? Yeah, all right.
Video about Brian Harvey today,
Oh, Brian Harvey.
and what he said about Alex Belfield a year ago.
Yeah, I was right.
Suddenly struck me. It's odd, isn't it?
What's odd about that then, mate? I had fucking 20-year-old Bill at the door, yeah, fucking trying to intimidate me again, take me away for Andrew Guyan, yeah, and Alex Belfield had a load of old Bill at his door, apparently looking like they're doing the same thing. We're both on YouTube. Why would I not talk to him? All his listeners wanted to hear it, yeah? Everyone wanted to fucking hear the conversation, but he bottled it because he ain't real like you're not real. You know, him not having me on the show when he's having any fucking Tom, Dick and Harry on, but then Brian Harvey calls up, Nicky even gets through, and then he's like, oh, I want to know he's all right. What do you mean you want to know I'm all right? Well, you a fucking doctor now. Yeah, well, you a doctor, Belfield, now. And now, you're in prison for 5 years, are you? What, like fucking Coal Beach? Yeah? Like Coal Beach? I don't think so. So it's not weird. Yeah, I wanted to widen the audience. I wanted to get my story out to more people. Because when everyone knows about it, that's when I will have the power and I will fucking crush the lot of you.
He was desperate.
I wasn't desperate. I was just like, come on, man, let's do this. This could be a good conversation. This is something where two people were being wronged by the old Bill, and usually you get together and have a fucking go back and make an impact, don't you? But no, it didn't go that way because he's fucking not real.
Thank you, Alex Belfield.
Cracking, yeah? Alright,
Got all his crew on Alex Belfield's chat to bombard him with messages about speaking to Brian Harvey. He got well excited, didn't he? I remember that. Go on, people, go on, people. Yes, people.
Is that better? Should be alright now.
Desperate to speak to Alex Belfield.
Yeah,
But
the gremlins are at work.
he completely
By the
ignores
way,
somebody.
That crackling's not me.
It was
That's
at his
the rain on
MI5
his video, I think.
set up. And that's done for 9 years. I don't know. I don't know what that tells people. Oh, I'm a no one. That's what it tells people.
Oh, that's it. Get everyone to feel sorry for you now. You're a no one. You're a no one because you go around filming fucking people's houses and that to try and intimidate them. If that's what you're like in fucking real life, then no wonder you're in a fucking tent on your own.
Because the thing that got Brian Harvey a prisoner in his own home for the last 9 years was his set-up at Parliament Square in 2013. Don't want to talk to anybody from that event at all. I mean, he could have gone down and seen John Wedger. He could have gone and seen Bill Maloney. He don't seem to want to talk to anybody there. He says he does, but...
What are you on about? You not see, this is what I'm saying about when people, they say things and then they put other people's names in front of it. You was outside my fucking house. You could have quite easily knocked on the window and I'd have spoke to you. But you chose not to. So let's hear that again, yeah? Let's hear that again.
Don't want to talk to anybody for no one. That's what it's done for somebody who was at his MI5 set up. And that's done for 9 years.
That's funny,
I don't know. I don't know what that tells people.
It tells people that I've been fucking royally fucked over. Literally.
Oh, I'm a no one. That's what it tells people.
Oh, I feel sorry for you now. Do you want to do an interview?
Because the thing that got Brian Harvey a prisoner in his own home for the last 9 years was his set-up at Parliament Square in 2013. Don't want to talk to anybody from that event.
This is what I'm saying. This geezer reckons he met me in 2013. I don't remember him. But there you go. We would have plenty to talk about. But you've already shown me what you think of Bill Maloney. Yeah? And you've already spoken to John Wedger and you ain't asked him the proper questions. And you've been outside my house. But you ain't asked me no questions. So what are you talking about?
at all. I mean, he could have gone down and seen John Wedger. He could have gone and seen Bill Maloney. He don't seem to want to talk to anyone.
Where can I fucking go and see him? Go and see him where? Who knows where the fuck they are? How did you know where John was to fucking see him? How the fuck do I know where they are? Why are you talking it up like I'm supposed to already know where they are? I don't know where they are. That's what the fucking problem is.
Body there. He says he does, but he makes no effort to do that.
I don't make no effort to do that. I've only been making videos for fucking how many years? Had how many fucking YouTube channels taken down? But I ain't made no effort. Fuck you.
Funny, isn't it?
No, it ain't funny. You're not funny. You're not even a likeable character. You're a fucking horrible, nasty, manipulative cunt who's fucking playing the fucking moral high ground and is a liar through and through. That's what you are. Why didn't you knock on my fucking door, man? Why didn't you knock on my fucking door?
Desperate to talk to Alex Belfield, though. Anyway, I've got a leaky tarp as well. I'm going to do a tarp video tomorrow, so you can all ignore that. Thanks very much. Ian Puddick. Ian, get me another gin. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, yeah? Thank you very much, sir. Do you trust that laugh? I know I don't. We got any left?
Alright, yeah, must have.
Okay.
The John Wedger video.
We turned up at UK Commons Christmas party.
Lies.
Yeah.
All
I know
lies.
Confronting with you.
There's no point. There's no point playing anymore. So I thought I'd come on and I'd do that just to bring you up to date, let you see what's going on. Yeah, people think they're funny. So it ain't over. The Queen's dead, it ain't over. So, you know, I take it Charles has taken over. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest about these things. Savile. You know, do we need to say any more? I mean, we can say more. We could say Bishop Ball, couldn't we? Another convicted paedophile, close friend of Charles. You got to wonder if any more of his mates are paedophiles, haven't you, really? So that they would have all of the reason to be targeting me. They have all of the budget to keep doing this, keep sending different people in. And there's been many of them. Every single one of them have been recorded. One day it'll all come out. When you watch how many people have been past my ass, chatting shit, different phases of different people through the years, it's gone so quick. But we're still here because the problem's still here, and the problem lies with Andrew. And they've tried to do so much cleaning up, and it is deteriorating over there. And you ain't got the Queen there no more, and you ain't got the Philip, you ain't got him there no more. So the face of the royals now is changing, and no doubt they want to clear up loose ends. So the ball is rolling again. So, you know, this is me reaching out to the public, just making you double aware that I am being targeted again. Whether it's true or not, this geezer's saying, you know, he's out there kidnapping people and all that. You can hide in wheelie bins. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. If you're going to do something, then do it. But the second you do it, you're going to get caught anyway. So, you know, fucking jog on, man. Jog on. I could have been a good ally to you. But you have to make an enemy out of me. So let's be enemies. I don't give a fuck. You're just another one in a long fucking line, mate. There's many of you. But I promise you this. To all of you that have done this, I'm going to fucking get you. Mark my words, yeah? I will get you. No matter how long it takes. And that's a promise. I ain't come this far, sat in my house for this long, moving about secretly. I ain't doing it forever. And for me to not do it, the truth's got to come out. And soon, I'm going to have to start telling everything that I know. The story behind E17, the breakup, everything. Why we're here where we are today. The people that run the music industry are paedophiles. There is a child trafficking undertone to the whole of the entertainment industry. These kids that are going missing every year, between 150,000 to 250,000 a year in the UK alone. This has been going on for, I mean, if you do the maths and you work out even from back when Millie Dale got taken in 2002 up until now, 20 years, 250,000 kids from the UK going missing a year. How many is that? 20 years. 10 million? No. 5? Was it more than that? 5 million? Where have they all gone? And how are the majority of them being taken? They're not getting taken off the streets. The other way that they're doing it is that they're getting county councils and social services to clamp down on people that haven't got a clue about defending themselves legally, and they're having their kids stolen. So human trafficking is going on while we all sit back and enjoy the videos of me being terrorised and my comments on it. But it's happening, and it's been happening the whole time. It's a lot of kids. I'd just like to know what the fuck is happening to them all. And where do they go? Why we get these pretend people to come out and terrorise people in their homes when they've already got security gates up, but they want to come and expose your address and mock you for, what, trying to stay alive? So I'm being mocked for that, yeah? All right. I'm happy to play this role. I really am. I'm happy to play this. You're making it too easy for me, man. You know, I'm going to have no problem defending this, and a lot of you are all in trouble. And that's why you're carrying on doing it. His YouTube channel is Paula Mann. Paula, M-A-N-N. You know, I've been quiet for a little while. I just thought, like, you know, my mind was actually starting to be like, you know, should I just not move on, because I could never do that now. You know, and even opportunities are beginning to show themselves. But you know that, you know, the song that I done the other day. You know, I've already had interest on it already. So, but I got, you know, the big part of me is going like, I'm on a mission, man. I'm on a serious mission here, and I've got the world on my shoulders. And I ain't gonna lie, it's hard, but for some reason, I'm able to cope with it. But you know, where I'd left it for a little while, I was starting to think, just, you know, get back on the music, and just because I like making music, but I've got to come to terms with, you know, I will never be able to do anything properly, because the world that you will release those records into is fucking soulless. And I swore, man, I ain't dealing with the soulless like that no more. I'm not doing it. And but I like making music, so it's hard. But I feel like I'm being pulled between God and the devil every time music comes up, and that is God's honest truth. You know, after what the music industry now means to me, after what I've You know, I've seen a band split up. And all of these serious issues have happened, and believe me, they are serious. And it's like you lot ain't supposed to know. But when you do know, and you will know, I will be able to come out with it soon. You know, it's going to hit the papers. And it's where that's going to lead, I think these people are afraid of, because they know I've already got the proof from that. I've got other band members fully admitting everything. So there's no doubt in it. There's no, well, he's lying. No, definitely not lying. And what's being said on that conversation is going to prove to you that I'm not lying, and that I have been that close through most of my life to evil. It's been around me, but it ain't been able to get to me. And, you know, I associate, if I was to just forget all of this and go, fuck it, I've had a bit of success on the record, I'm all right now, yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. And, you know, I'll still let a record go out, but I won't be, you know, doing TV interviews and sitting there and that. And really, that record really is to, is going to end up helping other people as well, really, because I really, after what I've been through, I really can't just put all that to the side and get on with making music. It's like the two go hand in hand somehow. It allows me to switch off from all of this. I've just had my head in music for the past, you know, week or so, just getting my head around some new plugins and enjoying it, you know, enjoying singing and just, you know, seeing how good you could become. But it's capped off and limited because I've already told myself, I know I could do it. I know I could do it. I could do it. If I was to go and suck Satan's cock, you know, no doubt I could make a comeback. But I associate a comeback with the devil's got hold of you again. And he ain't. And he never will. But it could appear that way. And that's what I struggle with. I really do struggle with that, because 2015 was a year that meant a lot to me, man, and that really touched down how much these people were trying to destroy me and how high up they were and how powerless I was in that situation. They really had me in the worst of places, you know, I ain't gonna lie. But it done me a favour in the long run, because I had to just fucking overcome their bullshit and stick it out, and that's what I intend to do. And it's for the right reasons, and eventually you will get the truth of what's happened, and you'll see where I'm coming from. And I know I'm right about where everything leads, and that's what the problem is, and that is why I'm still being terrorised years later. I'm still getting weird letters from people from prison, geezer that turned up outside here. I know they all come from Puddick, and I know Puddick worked for, so it's obvious who's doing it. There's been enough signs, enough giveaways. I know where it's coming from. So, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and explain that, because I put the Freddy Krueger version of it up just to take the piss, but then I'd not explain nothing. So I hope I've explained it now, and I hope that the mic's still sounding all right. I know we've had a couple of problems tonight, haven't we? Yeah, surprise, surprise. But yeah, that's it really. That's all I got to say. And I guess the war's back on then. You know, I've been leaving it for a bit, but nothing's changed. So here we go again for another 5 to 10 years. So stay tuned, stay locked in. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. Also, if you can, go over and subscribe to bhtv.uk. That's my own website. And if we ever get locked off on here, I'll be able to live broadcast from there. I think I've just got to buy some airtime, kind of thing, for it. I think that's what it is. Run out of bandwidth, it reckons. So yeah, so as soon as I get on top of that and work out some sort of a price plan, everything fucking costs money that I ain't got. I need to have that running as a backup. I think it's important because YouTube have, you know what they're like, don't you? Wake up one day and it's like, oh, your channel's gone. So but I mean, I'll always create another one to get to you, to tell you go and subscribe to bhtv.uk. And when there's enough people on now, I'll start live broadcasting from there. And all you'll have to do is bookmark it, put it up there next to YouTube on your bookmarks bar, and I'll only be one click away then. And it'd be worth my time going live on there because you won't be taking that one down. There'll be my rules on there, and that's how it's going to be. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Can't believe it, really. The lengths that these people will go to still after so many years. Unreasonable people. You know, they wouldn't know the truth if it fucking slapped them in the face. So whatever. It's been reported. I'm going to follow it up, and who knows, this might lead me to Bill Maloney and all the rest of them, and Jewash, who knows, because they're worried about something, and that's why they're doing it. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon, alright? Take care. See you later, everyone.